Hey, Diggy. I wanted to ask you about Coach Rock. I've heard a lot of interesting stories about him. Was wondering if you had any that you want to share. Could be first impression or just any fun stories that you have.
Uh, well, Coach Rock recruited me. I committed here to the program to Texas A&M before I went to Kansas. I never had a conversation with Coach Buzz or any other coaches, and I committed because of Coach Rock. So any impression that I had of him would be high-level person, very funny, uh, old school, and I would say that very trustworthy. So he's the reason I'm here, sure.
Why do you say that he's the reason you're here? What specifically about him made your relationship so close?
I mean, I committed to a program without talking to the head coach because of him. So that's the first reason. I would say just he speaks truth, and that's a part of the program. That's an emphasis in our program, and I would say that he does a great job speaking truth and telling the truth and holding himself accountable to that. He never told me a lie. He told me what it was going to be when I got here. He told me that Buzz was crazy. He told me everything he told me about Buzz ended up being true. Everything he said about the program ended up being true. So I would say that me committing was, I think, solidified how I already felt about him during the whole recruitment process because he's been recruiting me for over a year. So, yeah.
So I know you were too young for this rivalry. If Buzz was on that same scope, what have you heard, if anything, about Maryland-Georgetown?
I heard the games used to get crazy, and I heard that it was fun. It was always loud in the gyms, and that it just means a lot to the community to get this type of win. Even this game coming back, I know that it was been some years since the rivalry has, the games have been going on. So I would say that that was the biggest thing when the game was scheduled and we heard we was playing Georgetown. When I was coming here, I was just like, oh, okay. And then every time I would see a fan or any parent or any person around the campus, they always talked about this game, this game, this game. That's when I realized, like, oh, maybe it's something going on here. And obviously, just, doing your homework and trying to understand more about, obviously, a Maryland culture, College Park. This is something that comes up for a good amount. So,
And as Coach mentioned, this is the first time in this building for real.
yeah.
And that wall of students. What do you expect, and how does that? I mean, you play in big arenas.
Yeah.
How does that affect the player?
I mean, I think for me, I understand this is my last year. I played in a lot of big arenas, small arenas, JUCO, mid-major. I've been across the country. I would say that it just makes you feel blessed and appreciative of the opportunity that you have. Obviously, being a JUCO guy, not knowing that I'll ever be at this point in my life, when you see the fans and you feel that energy, you just realize how much more it was than I ever thought it was going to be and how much more fun it is. So it's a lot of emotions that go into it, especially for me, just because of my journey and getting to this point. So seeing the fans is definitely going to feel great, but I'm going to feel really blessed and grateful.
I'm going to ask you the same thing I asked Coach, but for those Maryland students and fans who might not know who you guys are and how you guys play, what your identity is,
Yeah.
what is your message to them? What do you want students and fans to know about you guys and how you guys are as a team?
I would say that we're still shaping our identity, obviously, because we are a brand new team. The coaching staff has been together, but not with this team. 15 new players, everybody is trying to figure out their role and what our identity is. But I would say for who we want to be as a team, we try to be that way off the court too. So good men, great people, selfless, high energy, high character guys. So I would say that's what's going to bleed onto the court. But for our identity, we're still trying to shape that. And we need the fans to help us shape our identity as well. Yes, sir. Very fun to watch. It's gonna be a time.
Hey, Diggy. Against Coppin State, you kind of served as like spark plug off the bench, even though you played heavy minutes. Do you kind of take pride in serving in the like instant offense role?
Yeah, I was out for a couple weeks with an ankle injury, so knowing that I was going to come off the bench, I didn't know how much I was going to play. I didn't know how Coach Bell was going to play me, but I know that my role is important to this team. So whether that's starting to come off the bench, I want to be a great leader, great teammate, playmaker, scorer. I want to do it. My God-given abilities. I want to showcase what I can do on the court at all times. So whether that's 5 minutes, 20 minutes, 40 minutes, I don't care. I just gotta, that energy, like you said, is who I am. So I gotta be that regardless of the situation or the role.
Thank you.
Sure.
I gotta get you, Biggie, in the weights.
All right.